But I don't know what happened. Yeah. What is it? Who is it? All right, Ajani Jones, Songfinch artist, Chicago artist. Over 100 songs deep on this Songfinch land.
That's news to me, man.
Tell me, man, what got you involved in music? Like, how'd you get your toe in this game?
I think it was more so the influence behind my parents' style of music, what they preferred, and it was neo-soul hip-hop mostly, and the rap hip-hop that was around back in 03, 04, 05. So
yeah.
50 Cent was dominating that, like DMX, and then you get Floetry, Jill Scott, and those kind of mesh for me. Like, those were the two sounds that really captured my attention.
Yeah.
Made me want to do music.
And this was happening on the south side of Chicago, right?
Yeah.
What'd you say? 77th and Western, Southwest side, something like that?
I'm a Gresham over there. Shout out to y'all.
So I know you were an athlete. You did the athletics thing for a while. What's happening when you're a young man and you're an athlete? What sport are you playing? What's going on with that?
So probably around 16, 17, I'm playing basketball and football. I was too short to play basketball.
Yeah, I had that premonition as
I'm
well.
Still 5'9", it's over.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I still played it, but football became more of a priority.
Yeah.
But I started doing music, and my mother, she realized this, and she wanted to push me in that direction, so she got me Logic Pro.
Oh, hell yeah.
Back when it was just Logic Pro, like it was OG. And I made songs, I made my first mixtape, recorded it myself, figured out how to do that. And she sent me off to college. I went to Iowa, which was like, that school gave me the most money, just to be completely clear. Y'all gave me a scholarship, I pulled up, and I was like, yeah. I had AP classes, and I had did well enough to kind of, get that scholarship.
Got it, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
And eventually though, you find your way back to Chicago. When did that happen?
Yeah, so in Iowa, I wanted to walk onto that basketball team. So I was training for tryouts, got a tryout.
Oh, hell yeah.
A week before the tryout, I tore my ACL. Womp, womp, womp. Basic story everyone has, right?
Yeah.
When that happened, I was like, well, music is it, and psychology, which was my major. Eventually, after 20 plus hangovers over 2 years, you're like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
Right.
So my mother presented that as an option, going to Columbia to try to see what rap would do.
Yeah, heck yeah. So you come back home to Chicago, Columbia College, very much known for the arts, the music, the performance stuff. So then you zone in. Is that when things really kind of like clicked for you and you realized like, oh, I could maybe make an actual run at this music thing?
Yeah, I think more so before I made that decision, I needed to figure out what the industry was and what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
So I kind of did a lot of research. I knew all the Chicago artists, what they were up to. And so I kind of gave myself a 2-year goal to manifest getting my first deal with my favorite label, which was Closed Sessions at the time.
Yeah, of course, which you ultimately manifested and accomplished, not to jump the gun.
Yeah, for real.
So I want to talk about that. To backpedal one though, you were on Columbia's student label, right? Yeah. What's it called? AMP, right? AMP. Yeah, you were on AMP. Yeah.
Yes, they gave me my first opportunity to go to Texas. I had never been.
For South by Southwest?
South by Southwest.
Oh, what was that like, your first time?
It was wild. Yeah? Me and my shout out to Tone over here. Me and my best friends, we all pulled up. We did a cross-country trip in a car.
What car?
It was, would you have a Jeep? Yeah. It was like a Jeep Cherokee. It was Tone's Jeep Cherokee.
Okay, we'll take that.
Took us 16 hours, 24 hours to get there, I think.
Right.
And it was a blast. Like, we had one show, but that was our first experiences.
That's a hell of a first experience, South by Southwest. All right, so you did that. So you were on a student label at AMP, and then your Closed Sessions was always on your radar, which is like another Chicago-based label incubator, if you will, if you're not familiar with it. So Closed Sessions is on your radar. How do you jump from AMP to actually achieving your goal and getting on Closed Sessions?
Well, it just so happened that the owner of Closed Sessions was the teacher of the class.
Got it.
So he was over
Who's
that
that,
label.
Alex?
Alex Fruchter.
Yeah.
And I had released my first mixtape, and he heard it. He saw us go through the process. I changed my name.
What was the other one? We won't Google it.
The name was Anakin.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Skywalker, I get it, whatever. So Alex from Closed Sessions is teaching a class. You're going through a bit of an artistic transformation, finding yourself, if you will, not to be like corny about it. And then it kind of locks in.
Yep.
And Alex gives you a shot over at the Sessions.
Gave me a shot.
So what's next? Are we dropping singles? Are you in like EP mode, album mode? Like, what's the approach on the music?
Well, right now the plan for this year is to drop singles the rest of the year.
Yep.
We just want to build a lot of hype and a lot of momentum going into the next year.
Yeah.
I want to do an EP and an album next year. So that's what I'm pushing for. I'm starting the album like
yesterday.
Literally like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, understood. That's really cool. And then, so eventually, Songfinch comes into your life. Tell me about how you got involved on the Songfinch side.
A friend of ours, Vic Torres, he played a show and he wanted us to play, me and Ryan Tedder.
Yep, works for Songfinch, awesome musician himself.
And me and him just struck up a conversation. We both played that gig together. And he told me about Songfinch, and I had just left a job, job that I didn't like.
Yeah, sure.
I had left a job I didn't enjoy, and he was telling me about the possibilities of what Songfinch is. And I know I write fast as hell.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, let me see what's good with it. And once I was able to get past a couple kinks and bumps in the road of, what you guys expected, it was
yeah, because it's a unique process, right? Songfinch, you're writing to like a predetermined set of information. It's a predetermined song brief. Like if you're writing an original song, you're just writing whatever on your heart and soul at the time. So it's, one hand, it's easy-ish because you've got your ingredients. But on the other hand, you got to fit all those ingredients in the pot. So that can be, is that a challenge at all, or do you prefer the song brief?
I love the song brief because I don't have to pull anything from my life.
Right.
Like it's your life, you're giving me everything. I can add little tidbits of it from what you give me, but I don't have to pull from my spirit. Like,
right.
Like a level of expression it can drain you as well. So like if I can express your vibe, that's perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, writing songs can be like an emotional release, and if you, like you said, if you can feed off that energy instead. And you said off camera, I think some people you've made songs for have like hit you up in DMs and other things and said it affected them and things like that. Talk about that a little bit.
Honestly, that's probably the best feeling of working with Songfinch, is getting people that hit me up who I don't know from a hole in the wall, like, yo, you did a song for us and this is what it meant to me. Like, that means the most. Like, that's a good feeling, because that means that, you didn't just give me $100 for, no reason, just to make something.
And now you're 100 some odd songs deep or whatever.
Crazy.
And I mean, not to get into your business, not asking specifics, but 100 some odd songs, I mean, that's probably like leave some side hustles behind, I would imagine, as far as financially and things of that effect.
It's helped me a lot, just sustain and continue to do it. But I want to do more.
I think
we know
some people that can make it happen.
I do. Every morning I go in the studio, and whether it's doing my own thing or Songfinch stuff, it's fun at this point. It's something that helps me grow as an artist too.
I mean, kind of goal achieved at the risk of being corny, taking it all the way back to, you said, when you were a kid and being attracted to music, to wake up every day and write a song or two or three or whatever you're doing. That's a little bit like goal achieved a little bit.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't feel like a job. Like, even if I make a mistake and I get an email from Ryan, it doesn't feel like I'm getting like chastised by a boss. It's like I'm okay with fixing mistakes.
Of course.
Whereas I would be more irritated, dealing with other people's,
Oh, like the real world is for the birds. Yeah, exactly. Let's shamelessly plug you. What's the socials for you? Where we can find it? Instagram, Spotify? Where do the people find you?
You can find me on Spotify, Ajani Jones, AJANI Jones. Y'all know how to spell that. Instagram, Twitter, everything for the most part is Ajani's Way. It's gonna be like Ajani's Sway. And my TikTok, y'all gotta check that out because I'm doing a lot of work on there. Ajani's World. Similar.
Beautiful. And Songfinch, you can book Ajani Jones on songfinch.com. Yep. I've been down a Ajani research rabbit hole all week, and I can tell you sincerely that I'm a fan. I know off-camera people standing around reciprocate that sentiment, so all the flowers, good sir. But thanks for kicking it with us. Ajani Jones.